Have you ever wanted to see one of the best Wild Rift players in the world play Vayne? Then today I got the video for you guys. Yo, what is up? And in today's video, I have an absolute banger Vayne video. Because you guys are gonna learn how to play Vayne like an absolute pro. Because it's not me that's gonna be playing Vayne. I mean, I'm really good at Vayne. But of course, I'm nothing compared to a player like Lonely Kid playing Vayne. He sent me the Dragon Lane video. And let me just say that you guys are not ready for this, alright? So there's timestamps in the description if you just want to skip to the gameplay. Let me now very quickly explain to you guys how to build Vayne. And to be honest, I'm not going to go too much in depth because there's so many items you can build on Vayne. I mean, hell, you can even go for a Trinity Force on Vayne, but I'm just going to give you like some sort of a basic explaining of how to build Vayne, so you don't get too confused. So to start it off, it's very simple. Blade of the Rune King. Every single game, Blade of the Rune King is always going to be your first item. Against tanks, against squishies, it really doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, you could go Stormrazor against an insanely squishy comp. It works, but Blade of the Rune King is just better. And let me tell you the reason, actually. You know, besides the fact that it shreds tanks, first of all, Vayne loves attack speed. Blade of the Rune King gives a lot of attack speed, as you can see. Secondly, and this is actually more important, is this passive right here. Everyone likes to talk about this passive from Blade of the Rune King, which is, attack steal bonus damage equal to 6% of the enemy's current health, blah, blah, blah. But this one, let me actually scroll it up so you guys can properly see it. Hitting an enemy champion with 3 attacks or abilities deals bonus damage, okay. But this part, it steals 25% of their movement speed for 2 seconds. This one part right here is what true Vayne players actually abuse. Like, you can catch anyone in a 1v1, anyone. Stormrazor also slows the enemy, but it only slows the enemy by 75% for 0.5 seconds. This one steals the movement speed, so you'll get faster as well, which allows you to get better into position to stun the enemy into a wall for 2 seconds. So the enemy gets slower for 2 seconds, and you get faster. So and it works really well with Vayne, because if you get faster, you can walk around them and push them into the wall. So that's the thought process behind this item, and why I'm saying that pretty much always you want to get a Blade of the Rune King. For the boots, I would say like 90% of the times Mercury's threats. Like, the one weakness Vayne could have is CC. No, she has weakness. Long range champions counter her, like Twisted Fate, Caitlyn, and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is, like, in general, her weakness is CC. You really don't want to get chain CC'd when you're playing Vayne, right? Like, they'll one-shot you. You want to be a free soul. You want to be wandering around, not get CC'd. So you want to have as much tenacity as possible. Mercury's threats almost every game. Almost every game. For the enchantments, QSS. Like, really, if you want to get good at Vayne, you need to get good at using QSS. QSS is amazing on Vayne. You can go for stasis too, if appropriate in a game. But, like, I really recommend QSS. I really recommend QSS. Second item, it becomes completely situational. Wit's End is generally going to be a good item. It's just a good item on itself, with the on-hit damage and the 45% attack speed. Again, Vayne loves attack speed. And then also the magic resist. Really, really nice. It's going to help you. It's very likely going to help you in lane if you're against an enchanter like Nami or something. You're not going to get poked as hard. Also, it heals you when you basic attack the enemies when you're at lower HP. It's not that much healing because you're ranged, but it's just a little bonus. You can also go for a Solari Charge Blade as your second item. This one allows you to dash around a little bit more because it actually gives you 20% ability haste. It also gives you a little bit more damage than Wits, and so it gives you ability haste, so you can dash around more often, and it gives you a little bit more damage. Not that much more, but a little bit more damage. And it also allows for better late game scaling, because if you get more crit, you're actually going to end up dealing more damage. But this one makes you tankier, which is very likely going to be more important because Vayne herself already deals a lot of damage with her passive of the second ability. Now, again, you can build both of them. As I really recommend actually both of them. If you build Wit's End first, then you go Solari Charge Blade. If you build Solari Charge Blade first, then Wit's End. But if you really don't need the Wit's End, after the Solari Charge Blade, there's multiple items you could go for. You could go for Infinity Edge, just go like full crazy on the enemy. You can go for Static Shift if you want to. I don't really recommend Static Shift, but you can. What I do recommend, however, is a Phantom Dancer. Phantom Dancer gives you more damage because it has a lot of crit and a lot of attack speed, makes you faster, and it gives you the shield. If the enemy is not heavy AP, you can skip the Wit's End and go for Phantom Dancer instead. Because it gives you a shield against everything, and it gives you, more damage than the Wit's End. You want to put a Guardian Angel in your build as well as like one of your last items, fourth or fifth items. Guardian Angel is just a really, really nice item to go. By the way, I really don't recommend lethality items on Vayne. I mean, unless you really need an Edge of Night for the passive, I really never go for Serpent Fang, Yumo's Ghost Blade, Dusk Blade, anything like that. Never. never go for this. Also, don't go for Bloodthirster because you already have a Bladed Rune King. Like, those are just items you don't go for. Also, armor penetration item, you don't need them because you have true damage. Like, never go for armor penetrating items. The only one you could maybe go for would be Lord Dominic's Regard. I mean, honestly, if the enemy is like full armor, you know, if the enemy has Rammus, Alistar, I don't know, just Vi with armor. If they are full armor, then you go for Lord Dominic's Regard. Otherwise, you can just go full damage and you'll kill them anyways because you have true damage. That's the beauty of Vayne. For the runes, you go for Lethal Tempo. Lethal Tempo is a bit harder to play than other runes. You can go for Kraken Slayer for the burst damage, really good as well. Conqueror is easier to play than Lethal Tempo. It's a bit weaker, I would say. Not too much weaker, just a bit weaker. But if you're good, if you're good at Vayne, Lethal Tempo is amazing because just the amount of attack speed you get from this, just boom, true damage, boom. It's just crazy. You'll shred the enemy. You absolutely shred it. Like, a Garen will go on you, and like before he actually reaches you, you've already unleashed like 5 or 6 basic attacks on him, and you've chunked him down to half health. That's the beauty of Lethal Tempo, because you can just constantly attack and move, really fast with the Lethal Tempo. And with the Conqueror, you cannot really do that. Secondly, you go for Hunt the Vampirism. It gives you Vampirism. It's quite nice. I mean, you can also go for Brutal if you want to be aggressive early game, which Vayne can be, by the way. It is a common misconception that Vayne is very weak early game. It depends on the matchup. If you're against a Nami or a Janna or something, like these longer range champions, yes, she's going to be weak. But if you're up against like a Thresh or an Alistar or Blitzcrank, and you're a good Vayne, you can dodge their hooks and stuff like that, and you will destroy them early game. In that case, and especially if you have an enchanter with you, like a Nami, like a Sona or something, you can bully the enemies with Brutal. I only recommend it if you're good at Vayne. Otherwise, just go for Hunt the Vampirism. It's always going to be a good one. I see some Vayne players go for Triumph. I really don't recommend it. I'm not sure why, but I want to tell it to you guys. And of course, Giant Slayer. This one is a beauty on Vayne. If you're up against a lot of tanks, which is what Vayne is good against, right? You want to pick Giant Slayer. So if you're like last pick and the enemy picked all of these tanks, you know, Mundo, Garen, Alistar, you go Vayne and you build a Giant Slayer and they have no chance. You will destroy them. Third on Hunter Titan, pretty much always. Like, I don't recommend bone plating on Vayne because you just want tenacity. As I said, like, you want Mercury threats and Hunter Titan. Now, I know they changed the calculations, and instead of getting 55 tenacity maximum, now you're getting 47% tenacity. Actually, they also nerfed the Hunter Titan. It gives you less tenacity now. 5 times 3 is 15 plus, 15. This one gives you 35. So it doesn't give you a total of 50. It will give you a total of like 44 or something after the nerf of Hunter Titan, which is still really nice. But you can go bone plating if you want to be aggressive early game. Like, Mercury sweats are kind of enough already, but I personally really want to be slippery with Vayne, so I go Hunter Titan and Mercury sweats. And the fourth rune, Nimbus Cloak. Yet again, being slippery. You want to be fast. You want to be flash. You want to be hella fast with everything. It's so good to be fast with Vayne. Of course, you can go for Sweet Tooth to be a little bit safer in your lane. If you're against a rougher matchup in lane, Sweet Tooth is going to be good. If you're against Caitlyn and Nami, you go for Sweet Tooth. It speaks for itself. And then for your spells, you go for Exhaust and Flash. Not a barrier, but Exhaust. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. Let me just make sure it's good. You guys are going to see some freezing. All right. Everything is good. So Lonely Kid told me that this is gonna be a must-watch game. This was a really nice game. Well, he actually just told me he uploaded a lot of amazing games, and I don't spoil myself with these games. However, with this one, I took a quick scroll in the late game, just a quick scroll, just to see what was happening, and it was sick. It's Vayne Baron lane. Oh my god, that is even more amazing. It's Vayne Baron lane. Oh, that's so toxic. Oh! Oh no, Lonely Kid. You did not send me a Vayne Baron lane. I thought it was Dragon lane because I only took a look at the late game. Oh my god, are you kidding me? He sent a Vayne Baron lane video. Oh, you guys are gonna hate me so much. Oh, you guys are gonna hate me so much. Okay, now I'm even more excited. Wait, what's happening to my hair? I'm even more excited now. He's even against the Garen, which is the the easiest matchup for Vayne. Like, look. Garen tries to go on him, you just dodge like this. And even if Garen goes on you, he's probably gonna exhaust the Garen here. And he will probably kill him again. Boom. Okay, he flashes. That's fine. I would freeze the wave here. Exactly. Good job. So, freezing the wave here makes sense. Because he can just take his Sweet Tooth. And now he can play a little bit more aggressive. However, he doesn't have a ward. And as you can see, Garen just put a ward in the bush. You couldn't actually see that Garen put a ward in the bush. But he very quickly walked towards the bush. So you can kind of tell that he went there for the ward. He's gonna kill him here. Boom, boom, and boom. Yeah, there you go. So he should... Yeah, exactly. You know, he doesn't have the ward, but he just pushes him away. He's probably gonna die though, no? Oh, he's not gonna die. He's not gonna die. He's not gonna die. Okay, it's fine. Like, this is totally fine. The lane is also frozen very, very well. This is all perfectly fine. Especially because when you play Vayne... Sorry, I'm thirsty. I just worked out. When you play Vayne, you pretty much outskill anyone. There are a couple champions that are a bit strong that could win against Vayne late game, but the general rule of thumb when you play Vayne is you wanna trade with the enemy's kills. Like, if you can suicide yourself in game, and get a kill for it, unless of course you have a big bounty, it is gonna be worth it. Like, if your bounty is 350 gold and the enemy is 350 gold, you always take those. You always take those because, as I said, you're very likely going to be outscaling the enemy. So, for example, in this particular scenario, if the Garen is low HP under his turret and you're playing Vayne, you'll want to dive him and kill him. Even if it kills you, it is totally worth it. Because late game Vayne is more dangerous than a late game Garen. Like, you don't care about a late game Garen because you're Vayne. You'll destroy him anyways. By the way, guys, I'm going to wander off topic a little bit. I don't know. I just do it. Oh, look at this. But, like, look at how stupid Vayne top is. Look at this. No, but look at this. Look at this, man. What can he do? He cannot do anything. Jesus. I honestly feel bad for this Garen. Like, I honestly feel bad for him. This is just... What can he do? What can he do? He couldn't do anything. Oh, Lonely Kid has to be careful, though. He's even backporting under the turret. Seems like he's getting away with it. It seems like he's not afraid to 1v1 the Wukong, which makes sense. Because he will win a 1v1 against the Wukong. He goes for Glutinous Greaves? Really? Glutinous Greaves? Now, you know what? In this game, it kind of makes sense. The enemies don't have CC. The enemies literally have no CC. They have a Garen Silence, Caitlyn Root, which he can very easily dodge, and then Nami's ultimate, which slows afterwards, which he can also dodge. No way. Oh my god. No way. Please, no. Please. Okay. Wow, how toxic is this? Just... Oh my god. What can I say? Oh, oops. What can I say? This is Vayne top lane for you guys. This is what Vayne can do in the Baron lane. You are an absolute bully. You are an absolute bully. And you have to be a bully. Keep in mind, Vayne is insanely strong late game. And she can bully like this in the early game. But you can only really bully these beefy targets like Garen, like Darius, like Fiora, like Jax. Those types of champions you can very easily bully. Or Wukong, for example. You can bully him as well. By the way, keep in mind, when you're chasing an enemy, you get bonus movement speed. That's how Vayne works. You literally get faster when you chase an enemy. And this buff becomes even bigger when you ult. So, when an enemy is a bit far away, keep in mind, you as a Vayne can catch up to him because of the movement speed. Especially late game. Because in the late game, if you have a Phantom Dancer, Phantom Dancer gives 5% bonus movement speed. So you're going to be even faster, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind when you're playing Vayne. You are hella fast when you chase enemies. But yeah, I was wandering off topic a little bit. So I got like a whole home gym kit. Oh, he's going to kill this Garen, by the way. He's 100% going to kill him, right? I got like a home gym set. I got this bench and a lot of weights. And I'm working out every day now. And I used to work out a lot back in the days. When I was like 19 years old. But then I stopped. Because I don't know. I guess I was a loser for a couple years. But not gonna do that anymore. You know, we're gonna work out every single day. And only take small one-day breaks every week. And we're gonna see what progress I get. Like, I used to weigh like 10 kilograms more than what I weigh now. I lost all muscle mass. Like I don't know if you guys remember, there's like this meme of me where where I show my biceps. And those biceps are actually pretty big. Now my biceps are pretty tiny. Well, now they're actually fine. Because I actually did gain like 3 kilograms of muscle. Because I've been working out for like 1.5 weeks now. And I am a fast gainer. Like no, sorry. I'm not a fast gainer. I'm only gaining muscle fast because I used to have a lot of muscle. Well, not a lot, but I used to have muscles back in the days, right? So it's muscle memory. If you used to work out and you were pretty athletic, you can get it back quite easily if you just get back to working out. So yeah, I was just sick and tired of being skinny and weak. Like, that's not me. That's not me. I like being strong. I like being athletic. So I just said, screw it. I'm just gonna work out at home every day. I cannot go to the gym every day because the gym is pretty far away. So now I don't have an excuse anymore, right? The gym is literally behind this wall right there. So I have to work out every single day. And honestly, something that I learned, this is maybe gonna be a bit of a controversial take. Last year, let me just say it like this. Last year I made quite a lot of money, but it didn't make me that happy. Of course it makes me happy. If you make money, it makes you happy. But now I am happier because I'm working out. And I also used to be happier when I went to college. This is before COVID times. Because when I used to go to college, I worked out almost every day as well. I was happier when I was working out and healthy, athletic, and just happy looking at the mirror than when I was skinny, weak, and had money. Does that make sense to you guys? It didn't really make much sense to me last year. Because my thought process was, I just want to work, I just want to hustle, I just want to earn so I can help my mom out and all that kind of stuff. Which is good. I help my mom out a lot and stuff. But you need your own happiness as well. And personally, for me, and I'm not sure if these could be encouraging words to you guys, like, I honestly find happiness in being healthy. Like, truly being healthy. Truly being the best version of yourself. Like, I want to look in the mirror and be like, okay, you know what? It cannot get better than this. I have to stay child-friendly, but I look amazing. And, when I flex in the mirror, when I look at myself, I'm just so happy that I look amazing. That's what makes me happy. That's what makes me happy, and helping my mom out. Seeing my mom happy, that's the number 2 thing. Like, I really, really learned after last year that I don't care at all about having money. Not at all. Like, you'll still see me be the exact same as when I started out. Like, this phone right here. Wait, let me show you guys. Look at this phone. This is a 6-year-old phone. Or a 5-year-old. Sorry, it's a OnePlus 5T. Look at my case. And I'm not changing this case, by the way. Like, obviously I can buy a new case, but I'm not changing it because I'm the type of person, I just want to stick to what I have. And I'm happy with what I have. I never want to buy stupid expensive things. Like, you'll never see me driving an expensive car. There's nothing wrong with driving an expensive car and stuff, but it's just not me. I don't find happiness in that. And I learned that I kind of knew that about myself already, but of course you don't actually know until it happens, right? So now I realized, working out, this is it. Like, working out, doing what I love, and making wildlife videos is still what I love. So now I am truly enjoying life. Even though, this is a bit harsh to say, but even though I quite literally lost like 80% of my income because of wildlife esports, 80% of my income online, because wildlife esports got cancelled, I am more happy now than what I used to be. It may sound controversial and stupid. You may not believe me, but I really am. And another thing that I'm gonna do, I have this uncle of mine who's the most amazing person ever. I used to work with him for free. Like, I didn't want to get paid because I just wanted to work with him. And the things he does is, like, he builds kitchens, he builds he does like these types of projects in houses, gardens, and that kind of stuff. So me as a man, I just want to become a handyman, know how to do these types of things, know how to do electrics and all that kind of stuff. So I just work with him for fun. I never ask money from him. And he has this massive project in Germany, which is gonna take like 2 months, and I'm gonna go with him. It's so amazing. Like, I'm gonna be away for 2 months. However, don't get scared. Don't get scared. I am gonna make wildlife videos. I'm gonna buy a laptop and make wildlife videos right there. But honestly, like, as I said, I'm not gonna make any money from that during those 2 months, but I don't care. Like, I'm learning, I'm getting experience, and it's fun. I'm with my favorite uncle doing things, right? Like, truly, trust me, guys. Like, trust me. Doing what you love and helping out others and taking care of yourself is infinitely more important than making a lot of money. Because that's the common misconception in this world nowadays, I would say. Because I'm seeing it a lot. People getting lost in trying to chase the bag, or people, you know, it's just, how can I say this? People change. You know, people change when they make a lot. Like, they think money values a person. And it's so dumb because people, you know what's so stupid and what I hate about this world? Before my rise in Wild Rift, I used to get treated pretty badly by quite a lot of people. Because, I'm talking online, by the way. Perhaps also in real life, maybe. I was fine with it, but online, let's just say online. Because I was kind of a no-name, no one cared about me. I just did my thing, but no one really cared too much about me. Like, for example, I'm not gonna call out names, but like, I would ask for advice to certain people, and these certain people would either ignore me or give me fake advice, which is like, just tell me something stupid, which doesn't make sense anyways. Then, when I rose in Wild Rift, when I asked people for advice, suddenly they were so helpful. They were like, oh, no problem, I'll help you. You know what? I'll help you. You're a nice guy, blah, blah, blah. I'll do this, I'll do that. Oh, you want this? I'll do this. People became nicer. And I didn't figure it out until like maybe a few months into it. It was like, okay, you know what? This may be just because I have an audience. They want something from me that they're being so nice to me. And now, because now Wild Rift, the rise went down, I am yet again, I'm nothing in the game now. I'm just a content creator. I realized it went back to before. It's hilarious, isn't it? And this way, I've truly learned who my true friends are. It has been a really nice experience for me, because even though you may not like it that you get treated differently, this way you'll find who your true friends are and who the true people are. And let me tell you guys right now, it's not a lot of people. It's not a lot of people. And a lot of people that I honestly thought were like real ones, is what I like to say, are not real ones. And it's hard to figure it out. It's maybe a little bit heartbreaking as well, but that's what life is about. When you get into a rough period, no one is gonna ask about you. Maybe that one friend, right? And that one friend you need to cherish. Trust me, like, I have learned that not the hard... Well, have I learned? No, not the hard way. I've learned it. I've just learned it. I'm 22 years old now. I've been through this cycle right now, and I've learned it. You really need to cherish your true friends. Your true friends. And another thing you need to understand, like, probably 95 out of 100 people you may know, maybe even 99 out of 100 people are not gonna be real ones. Like, true real ones. When you're in deep trouble, they're not gonna ask around for you. They're not gonna care for you. They're not gonna defend you. It's crazy. I know it's crazy, but that's what I learned. Those are my life lessons to you guys. Old grandpa Hells, 22 years old, already coming through with the grandpa lessons, Yeah, alright, enough. Let's talk about this game now. Lonely Kid is 19-on-4. And this seems like the final fight. They're all diving him. He actually died. He actually died. They probably just straight up lose the game, actually. Yeah, they lost the game. Wow, he has been dominating this game. But because the enemy team had... Well, the enemy team played much better than his team. And they didn't have a tank. This is the problem of Vayne in the Baron lane. You're not tanky, right? And if your team is not gonna have good tanks, you're gonna lose the game regardless. They did have a Vi, but unfortunately their Vi didn't really do much good. So Lonely Kid was forced to face tank the match, and they lost because of it. So that's the thing you need to understand about Vayne Baron lane. Make sure you pick it if your team has like 2 tanks or something. Like, otherwise you're gonna struggle. Let's take a look at how much damage he did. He did get a random omen as well. 33,000 damage, but the enemy Wukong did 28,000 damage. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.